What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Michael Knapp Fishing. Today's video, we are going to go over some new cranking rods that I got for 2025. These are not new to the Lews lineup, but they're new to me. Something that I'd made a decision to change to this year to just kind of get everything all copacetic in the same rods and reels so that it all feels natural to me. So, roll that intro. We're going to check them out. All right, guys, so new rods for 2025. This is kind of what y'all have been seeing for the last few weeks. Just because everything is frozen while I'm filming all of this, and I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of excess videos so that there were no gaps in the posting to YouTube. All right, I've got a plane that keeps flying over top that is incredibly loud, so I'm trying to cut that out as best as I can. So the new cranking rods that I'm using for this year, I'm not going to get them all out because I kid you not, they are all identical. They all come in the same series, and they are the XD cranking series. As you guys know, you've seen a couple of videos probably of me using them. I can remember the Texas video. I was only using it then for the 5XD. I had a 5XD specific rod. Well, this year I decided I was going to just go ahead and convert all of my cranking sticks to the same thing. That way I didn't have different feels, different grips, different reels. I wanted everything to be 100% unified. And that is what I have done. This is the Super Duty XD Super Duty Cranking Series 6XD rod. So the 6XD, we've got the 3XD, 5XD, 6XD, 8XD, and 10XD, I believe are all the rods in that series. Instead of me having one of each, I decided not to do that. I am going to have the 6XD, that'll throw the 5XD and the 6XD. Then I'm going to have the 10XD that will throw the 8XD and the 10XD. That's the way I'm going to do them. And then, of course, the 3XD rod kind of speaks for itself. I do have one other cranking rod. It's going to be the Lews, the LFS Speed Stick, just because I'm going to throw chick magnets on it. That's kind of the outlier there. But all of my XD cranking series rods are going to have the BB1 Pro on it. 6:2 to 1 gear ratio, 20 pounds of drag, super smooth reel. This is without a doubt an absolute workhorse. I've talked about this reel for many years now. The BB1 Pro is a workhorse. It always has been, it always will be. It's just a beast in my opinion. I can cast really far with it, but it still has the power in there to be able to bring these crankbaits back without fatiguing you. And the best part is it has that 6:2 to 1 gear ratio. The days of the 5 gear ratios are kind of gone, unfortunately. That sucks, but it is what it is. So I went with a 6:2 to 1. It's close enough to a 5.8. And I still have that power that I like. It's really comfortable to be able to, just crank that handle and not feel the fatigue in your forearm. And I know there's going to be people out there like, well, maybe you should work out more. It has nothing to do with that. I've got buddies who work out 5 days a week that come out fishing with me and they crank all day. They're like, dude, my arm's burning. It just does that. When you're cranking all day long, your arm's going to burn because you're working against this big old bill going down there against rock, against the water, against everything. So you want a reel that's going to be able to really bring up that line. The reel has the paddle style on there as well. I can't remember what we call these. They're paddle style to me, whatever. We've got the line identifier on the tensioner knob as well. And then, of course, the braking system over here. So enough about the reel. I talk about it a lot. Let's talk about the rod. I love this rod. It's got the full wind grip down here. I'm a sucker for wind grips, and the way I cast, so I cast like this. I know some people cast one hand. I can't do it. I cast two-handed. I kind of use it as like a pivot. I know some people do it like this. I come down here. So to have that full wind grip there feels really nice in my hands. We do have the hook keeper up top. But the cool thing is I don't have to use it because the BB1 Pro comes with the built-in hook keeper. We have got the plastic lock nut up top again, but it's rounded off. It's not going to bother my finger too much. And with this being a little bit bigger rod, I don't even know if my finger will get up there as much just because of how much bigger this rod is. So the 6XD, it is a 7-foot 6-inch medium heavy extra fast. Now, I know in the past, somebody's going to get down there and call me a hypocrite because in the past, I've always used moderate action rods. And that is still true. A moderate action rod is still phenomenal for cranking. But now we've kind of got this little bit of a little gray area that you can start pairing different rod actions and tapers because of where they bend. Like I'm bending this one right now, and it bends so far back into the rod that essentially it's going to do the same thing as the moderate action did. So you have to really understand how rods work. And because I built rods for a little while with a previous company, there's that stupid plane again just flying over my house. This rod is going to throw, even though it's a medium heavy extra fast, a lot of people may think that, well, that's kind of a limber rod. Exactly. It is a limber rod, but get this, it can throw up to 1.5 ounces. So what that's going to do is allow it to bend further back in the rod. So it's essentially still giving you the moderate action that you're looking for. I know it's kind of complicated, and I know somebody will get down there and try to correct me on, no, you're incorrect, that's not how it works. Whatever. I had another idiot on another video. Oh, you're incorrect. Whatever. I know what I'm talking about. That's how this rod bends. I'm sitting here looking at it. It bends really far back in the blank. I wish I had a way to show you how it's bending, but I don't. Anyway, it bends really well. I think it's going to load up really nicely with treble hook baits. That's what you want. You want something that loads up when you sweep it. You don't set the hook like normal. You just kind of reel up and sweep into it. And I think this rod is going to do the job really, really well. The 10XD rod is, I believe, a 710 heavy extra fast, or maybe it's a medium heavy fast. I can't remember what it is. But same thing, bends back further back. Or no, it's a moderate fast. Bends a little bit further back into the rod, but it's still going to allow me to really be able to launch those crankbaits out. That's the thing when cranking. You want something that you can really get behind it and really get that thing out there to reach, because the further you can cast, the further it gets down, the longer it stays at its max cranking distance. With a 5XD, you know, this is the argument that everyone wants to make. Like, prime example is the 10XD. It's a 25 plus deep diver. Well, I can't ever get mine to 25 plus. Well, if you're only casting it out 20 feet, you're right. You're not going to get it to that 25-foot depth zone. So the way a crankbait works is you need to break the retrieve into thirds. The first third is going to be the crankbait diving down. The middle third is going to be kind of holding at the 25-foot range if you threw it out far enough to get it down there. And then the last third is going to be on its way up. It's not exactly thirds, but either way, it's a good representation for you all to be able to understand the way a crankbait works. So that's why you want a really long rod to be able to catapult them. You want that tip to load up and launch it really far out. That way you're able to get the maximum amount of distance. Guys, if y'all like these videos, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment down in the comment section below. Let me know where you're watching from. Cranking rods and reels, what do you guys use? Let me know what you like. Are you a hardcore moderate guy like I used to be, or are you a little bit more flimsy with it? You're okay to try some other stuff. I don't think flimsy was the right word, but I'm going with what I can, y'all. Baby brain is real. I'm struggling, y'all. I'm tired all the time. It's hard being the stay-at-home dad that takes care of little man, but I wouldn't have it any other way. So next week's video will probably be the LFS series of rods. I've got a I got a crank and stick in it to try out, and I've got a spinning rod over there as well. So those will probably be what you all get to see next week, or unless Jordan came and we absolutely smashed them while fishing. But either way, we'll figure out how these things are going to come out. I may actually do the first impression and then on the water, first impression on the water, first impression on the water. Is may how I run these videos. I don't know yet. Like I said, I'm filming all these. This is the first week of January. I'm just kind of filming everything to get it all ready to roll for you guys in February. So like, comment, subscribe, notifications on. Take care, everybody.